Yeah, boy. Coo cuckoo. Coo cuckoo. Coo cuckoo.
Bro,
Jesus was when he showed my sins away.
Lord.
Well, well, what's going on, people? What is going on, people? Man, this is the post game show with the heavy hitters live as we waiting on our brother, the minister, to get in here. I know he is extra happy right now. We got the dub. We got the dub. We got the motherfucking dub. K Styles here. We got Mad Mike Sports, and we got the tactician in this biatch.
It's time for them saints to go home.
Well, well, it. As you already seen, that the Falcons have defeated the New Orleans Saints. Excuse me, the New Orleans Skanks.
Excuse.
Hey, so, wait, hold on. Drew, you got it? You got it for us?
Hold on, wait a minute, Juju, you gotta do it. You
Come
gotta
on,
do
dude. Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, boy. Hey man, as we already see, the Falcons defeat the New Orleans Saints 26-24 on the leg of who won? Coo cuckoo.
Say it again,
Coo
Sonny.
cuckoo. Man, but like I said, definitely this was a game that was definitely needed. It gives us it puts us at 2-2 tied with the Saints. And at the same time, this gives us our 1-0 victory in the division, which was definitely needed at this point in time. So, my brothers on the screen, we're going to let the minister kick us off with the word, with the blessing. What was your thoughts into this game, man?
Man, this was one of those games where, to be honest, I thought about UK on that screen pass to Bijan Robinson. When you always talk about Jake Matthews, for whatever reason, when a big play is made, it seems like there's always y'all know what I say, the 1 to 2 plays in the game that'll change the game. I was like, this better not be what caused us to lose this game. This play right here, where Bijan Robinson scores on that screen pass, and it get called back. But through this whole game, I kept hearing six men in my head, basically him talking about us not being disciplined, the penalties, um, us not being able to stop the run. If you guys remember on the heavy hitter show, we had our guest on. He talked about Taysom Hill early in the first half. Taysom Hill was that guy that was dominating. He was running the ball. They were more physical than us. To be honest, I was not happy in the first half. I was not happy because you guys know I always talk about the trenches, and I feel like in the first half they controlled the trenches, both running the ball and then on the defensive side of the ball. Now, one thing I can say about this team is very resilient. They always fight to the end, but
Mhm.
I really feel like we had our opportunities where we could have won this game going away. But for
Hey,
whatever reason, those penalties, us not being disciplined, what you kept talking about, Kay, it was the difference in this game. Some of the calls were ticky tack, like the one on Judon, where they basically say he pushed the lineman in the back after the play. But it's just like we have to be clean up these penalties. I'm happy with the win, but if you guys watch, Nightcap with Osho and with Shannon Sharp, he always talk about I'm not going to accept anything in a win that I wouldn't accept in a loss. And I love when he says that because this game could have went either way. Like, yes, Koo makes the 58-yard field goal, but at the end of the game, I'm sitting there with my wife like, it's like 25 seconds on the clock. Run the ball. Why are we trying to pass the ball and throw a touchdown? Because he easily could have threw a pick in that situation. Kirk Cousins put that ball in harm's way 2 different times on that last drive. When I'm looking at it like, they show where the line is to where Younghoe Koo's range is like 54 yards. That was his longest field goal. I'm like, why don't you just run the ball? Because the Saints are not expecting you to run the ball. And yes, we didn't have a timeout, but run up and spike it. I don't know why we threw it 3 or 4 straight times. Like, why are you throwing the ball when you're already in field goal range? They could have made that field goal a lot easier. All they had to do was just hand the ball off, spike the ball, and really we could have drained the clock down to 1 second. And because to be honest, I'm like, why are they even leaving any time on the clock? So it was just a lot of different things that I'm looking like we got to clean some of this stuff up. Like, yes, I'm happy with the win because I know that. Look at all of our games. All of our games have come down to the last possession. All of our games have been one possession games. But I really feel like this game didn't have to be a one possession game. We made a lot of mistakes. We were beating ourselves in this game. We could have pulled away, but every time we tried to do, we took 2 steps forward, we took 3 steps back. And I'd be quiet.
Right. And shout out to American Eagle Jew with the 4.99 super chat. Said, cool.
4-3.
But
Oh,
exactly. But I will say this though. I didn't have an issue with them throwing the ball in that situation. It was the type of plays they were calling up to throw that where I had the problem with. Because you didn't necessarily have to try to go for the big jugular shots like they were trying to do. Now, running the ball would have been a little bit better. Yeah, it could have been definitely a little bit better, but I kind of understood why they threw the football. But like you said, man, Mike called it on the heavy hitters. Special teams was going to be a big part in this game today, and boy, it played its ass off.
absolutely. I want to say this, Jew. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. And K Styles and Mike can attest to this. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, like, man, run the ball. Because, like, they were less than 3 yards from the field goal line. But my mindset is in that instance, when you got the game after letting it go, don't give him no room for nothing. Run the ball,
Period.
get cool as close to the field goal as you possibly can so we can go ahead and win it and get off the field at that point. Because, like you said, that play with Bijan ran in for a touchdown, that was beautiful. And penalties, 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 penalties taking us out of these games. We already know that we're going to have to play against the team and the refs. Don't get the refs any more ammunition. Now, we were fortunate that some of their players begin to phase out the game. But, yeah, like you said, we should have been had that game sewn up. We had too many botched opportunities. And down the stretch, we can't keep doing this, especially when we're playing division rivals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but I definitely do want to give a shout out to T1000 because he played his ass off today. After the first quarter where everybody was talking about he need to get traded, he damn sure stepped. Go ahead, Mike. What you gotta say about the game, man?
So I told you he would be okay, right? He'd be fine. Look, I'm gonna say this: we have to clean up the penalties, and I wouldn't even necessarily say the penalties. I think a lot of things we did to ourselves, but man, these refs are just incredible at times. Like it's always. I didn't like how they called that little ticky tack stuff to take the Falcons out of their momentum. I thought they were deliberately calling things at a certain point to take them out of rhythm. I thought it was really tacky on their end. But at the end of the day, like you still have to do things the right way. The first time, uh, and I think we've had too many instances where this Falcons team call that on it's absolutely ridiculous. You can literally call that play every single play on every offensive lineman. I thought it was absolutely atrocious. You can't do that. Uh, but I will say this, man. I think the most important part for me about the team is that resiliency from a team that we haven't had a lot. We haven't had that resiliency. We've had teams that are extremely good defensively, offensively, special teams, but we just haven't been resilient where we just don't die. Okay? This team don't die. Every single game has come down to this. And for me, this is why I'm encouraged by this team. We're gonna get better. We're mistakes are not gonna always be like this. We're not gonna always, and we're not going we're not going anywhere. I'll say that. All right. So at the end of the day, man, and I'm gonna get to that Pitts thing too because I got another take on that, and I'll probably get to that Monday. But I really want to talk about Pitts too.
All right. Hey, Truth, what's going on, man? What's your take on this game, man? How you feel?
We won. I'm just here so I won't get fined. We won. When when everybody listen to me, y'all ain't never listened to me before, just give me at least one of your 2 ears. When you already know the refs on that fuck shit, we know the refs on that fuck shit. They've been showing this to us for
Years.
60 years. That they don't fuck shit. You can't coach dumb. What's up with that cat, man? What's up with that Raheem cat, bro? What's up with that cat?
What you mean?
What's up with this Raheem cat, bro? What's up with him?
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean by it?
Not feeling his decision making. It's dumb. We won.
What? Hold on. Too. You gotta be more specific with it.
I'll be real specific. Our next to last possession. Why are we throwing an incomplete pass? Now, number 25, as much as I defend him, I got to get at him. Bro, why? Bro, stay in bounds.
Oh, he talking about that. He talking about that drive, the one that they punted on the ball. Yeah.
Bro, we can't look.
But those are the things that I was talking about. Again, I think. Hold on. Let me before I say that. Before you go in with that, the thing where I believe Bijan kind of tweaked his hamstring because when he caught that pass out of the backfield, it was real subtle, but I seen him grab his hamstring. So I don't know if that played a factor in, but those are the aspects of the game that I tell people about it. About Tyler Algier. He's a terrific running back, but there are other aspects of the game that he needs to improve, including the IQ part. You got to understand what type of game you in, running out of bounds. You can't do those types of things. And pass blocking is another aspect that Bijan is just miles ahead of him in. So those are the things when we talk about as far as Raheem is concerned. I didn't have a problem with them passing. I think it was like K-Style said, it was the type of passing that was an issue for me personally.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that right there because I'm not gonna be a negative Nancy. Like I said, we won the game. It's obvious we got to clean up a lot of shit. I mean, I do drugs real heavy during football season, man. I'm really a junkie during football season because my last 12 hours, bro, I can't But bro, I'm really already we in week 4, and I'm ready to
What?
take.
Look, look, no, no. Let me stop you. We'll get to that. We'll look. Let's give your body time to relax. Okay. We'll talk about that Monday. We got Monday coming. So calm. Give yourself some time to calm. I got something to speak on that though.
I'm on. I don't want to get fined. I can't afford to pay it.
All
So
right, man. All right, man. Truth. Let you go ahead and keep the conversation going, man. So, what do you think was the key moment in this game, as far as what propelled the Falcons to this victory, man? What do you think was the key moment in your eyes?
uh that that's the Dennis Allen not taking that field goal. I'm pretty sure some Saints fans right now want to get not taking that field goal when they could have took the field goal, and we zero blitzed them, and the boy number 12 didn't get the ball in the corner. It was also good. That's where it was right there.
Whoa. Hold on. Let me stop you right now. Hey, fuck boy, you finna get blocked for this, okay? Well, we don't do this. We celebrate greatness. We celebrate greatness and we celebrate good good wins. We're not here to talk about people on about wins. So if you want to hear y'all want to come here and talk negative about people, that's not what we do. So go ahead.
All right. But no, Dennis Allen helped us out on that one. Um, I was I was shocked a couple of times in the game that number one, um, before Seven got hurt, I was in amazement that they took him off the field. Like we can't.
Hold on. What you talking about Taysom?
Yeah.
No, he got hurt. He
No.
actually got hurt.
No. I'm saying no. That's what I said. Before he got hurt, he was gashing us, bro. Like
No, you said before they took seven off the field.
yeah. Before he got hurt, I said before
I
he got.
think he was talking about Taysom Hill because y'all remember Coach always calls everybody by their numbers.
No,
So
he was
that
confusing me because because we got two. There's two number seven that got taken out. That's what I'm saying.
okay, yeah.
That's why I said. But nevertheless, man, him not kicking that field goal that won us the game. It turned it out.
It was the right thing to do in my opinion in that moment because for one, you still got 2.5 quarters left. Like you don't do that in the fourth quarter, in my opinion.
No. When Dennis Allen didn't kick that field goal, the score
When they
was
got to stop.
it was 23-17. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the right. Yeah, that's the right moment to do that.
shit, bro. We found out last week we should have did it right.
The reason why I'm saying that is because, and I apologize, but the reason why I'm saying that there's no guarantee that they were going. They weren't stopping the Falcons' offense at that moment.
Yeah, hey, look, man, you can't go you can't go broke making a profit. I mean, that's the coach in me. You can't go broke making a profit, man. But I'm glad he didn't do it. For whatever, I'm glad he didn't. Because you're right. We can't foresee the future. But hey, man, look here, bro. Hey, we got the win, man. I, you know, I'm gonna discuss something too tomorrow. Um, and it's gonna be I'm gonna have an uncomfortable conversation, and I'm gonna talk about number 44. It's gonna be uncomfortable, and I think y'all know the angle that I'm gonna go on that. So, but he had a he had a great game today, and I saw so many on all ways of social media. Uh, I saw so much dialogue negatively about 44. So
Oh, hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that too. Well, hey,
You
we'll
you
get to that.
you see about you see,
Yeah,
think
Bruce, relax. All right, relax. All right, you got a whole Monday show. All right, you trying to get all your topics in today.
I'm
You
not
got Monday.
I'm not I'm trying not to get fined, Mike.
You look. You trying to have 15 topics. All right, we got a whole game to break down. Okay,
Okay, okay,
we got a whole game to break down. So, K-Style, we want to take off from that point.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah. You got your mind is all over the place right now.
I'm gonna go ahead on and get on up out of here, man. Hey, look, hey,
His
look,
mind all over the place. He want to talk about
he
every.
was,
Look. We got to
we
Monday.
got
I promise you, we got to Monday.
I got to go over here and do this post game live over here in Falcons Uncensored. I already got one account restricted today. I did. I got one account restricted today, so I had to go to my backup account.
Oh gosh.
damn it.
Um,
Oh, that's my cuz.
uh, y'all, y'all, y'all pray for me.
Always.
All
Okay.
right,
Yeah,
bro.
we got you over here, man. We
We
got
Yeah.
you.
good. I know he look when he get that mode, everybody getting that mode, man.
Yeah,
We got a lot.
exactly.
We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a long week. Okay, it's gonna be a pretty
Right,
good week though.
Yeah,
right.
I might lose some friends and family members this week. I don't give a.
Mhm.
I don't give
Mm.
All right, what we going? What we going from this point on? To I
Oh
mean,
man, so Juan, let's say
Yo.
get Juan's take on this game himself because we didn't get a chance to
Okay.
get that.
Remember what I said on the originators? I said football is the science of men, and all 11 men on that field have to be on one accord. Right now, I am speaking to the offense because we saw glimpses of what they were trying to do. They were trying to mix up the gameplay, pass here, run here, which is fine. But everybody wasn't on one page. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of getting caught up in the game and play the game. When you see a lot of fumbles or you see a lot of, when the players aren't catching the ball, they're caught up in the game. They're worried about the man on their hip instead of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Drake and him, you got to be zeroed in on the game. A lot of you like say, Drake, pitch fell down, I believe. They didn't get the ball. Drake missed one. We saw Kirk get in his rhythm, but everybody outside of Kirk got to be on one accord. Yeah, we got 2 veteran linemen down. Newsel did pretty good, but other teams going down the stretch are going to say, hey, look, they ain't all together yet. Do this to disrupt them.
Mm-hmm.
All 11 men have to think as one person, especially to get that rhythm going, because if not, teams are just going to pound our offense. And with all these weapons on paper, like everybody said, we should be dominating, and we're not.
All right, so let me go ahead and get to some stats right quick, and then we're gonna get back to you. Total yards, the Saints had outgained the Falcons 366 to 313. Um, like you said, Saints have outpassed the Falcons 235 to 225 and outrushed them 131 to 88. First down. Oh, hold on. Why is my stuff coming up? Okay, no. Okay, so first downs, it was Saints 25, Falcons 13. Third down, 4 for 11 for the Falcons. 9 penalties for 76 yards on 51 total plays. And time of possession, we had the ball for 24 minutes. So we pretty much got dominated. We pretty much got dominated the whole game. But this is what we're talking about as far as all 3 phases of the game played a very important part in this game. And we literally got 14 points off of defense and special teams, which was the biggest factor in this game,
Mm-hmm.
but based off of these.
Let me.
So
I got some other
Good.
numbers on 2 UK styles because look, let me just I gotta continue this. I have to continue this. Okay, because there is a misconception and because everybody keep asking the same thing. Where's Kyle Pitts? Where's Kyle Pitts? He's on the field. Let me show y'all some other numbers that why I'm saying relax, people, okay? Relax. Okay. Let me show you this. Then do y'all guys remember this other guy that y'all was saying he need the ball more?
Mm,
Look, he's a little bit lighter than I am.
mm-hmm.
Drake London, how many targets you think he had today?
Probably, I say probably about 8 to 10, probably.
Yeah.
He had 12 targets. Okay?
Hmm.
12 targets. Mooney, another 6. Ray, 7. They're telling you what they are not going to do. Okay? They're not going to allow Kyle Pitts to get these big plays.
Nope.
I need for you guys to understand this. Just because y'all want him to catch the ball doesn't mean the defense wants him. And Drew, you can kind of piggyback off me however you want, but they're not going to allow him to do that. They're not allowing Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts to get these big plays. This is why we need Ray, Drake London, and Tyler Algier. They're not allowing those guys to get big plays on this. We got to understand that. I keep hearing they're not throwing the ball. The Falcons aren't rushing it. We literally had this same problem last year with Bijan Robinson. Y'all said why he wasn't getting the ball, and then they start getting the ball, and then here we go again. We're not giving everybody else involved. We got to make up our minds what we want. I know everybody wants Kyle Pitts to be this super mega duper star, and everybody wants it. But if Drake London, Ray McLeod, like Mooney is he's quietly becoming a solid number. I want to say number 1, but he creeping on that number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to allow these guys to make plays. When they make plays, Kyle is going to be okay. Bijan is going to be okay. But we got to keep giving the ball to Tyler. We got to keep giving it to Ray. We got to keep giving it to everybody else. Relax, people. Okay? Relax.
Kyle Pitts' presence is what opens it up for everybody else. Go ahead, Drew.
Mm.
I'm gonna pick up right where Mike just left off about the Kyle Pitts thing. I don't know if you guys listened to the game with sound or if you be at a bar watching the game for like the ones that are in the chat. But Jonathan Vilma talked about when Kirk Cousins almost threw that pick when he tried to force the ball to Kyle Pitts, and he said he threw it right where Lattimore like jumped the route, and he almost picked it. And he said, this is why Kirk Cousins is a smart quarterback. He's been staying away from Lattimore. And if you guys go back and watch the game, they put Lattimore on Kyle Pitts a lot in this game. So that's another thing that we have to recognize. Kirk Cousins was picking on Odebo. He's saying Odebo can't cover Mooney. So guess what? Because I done found your weakness, I'm gonna go at it all game. We at the end of the game, the reason we got that pass interference, and to be honest, it was if you listen on that last play when we was like, why are they trying to throw it into the end zone? Mooney had Odebo beat again. The safety almost picked the ball off. But if Kirk Cousins puts that on the rope, that's a touchdown. Mooney was behind Odebo again. So what I like about this is one thing we got to realize about veteran quarterbacks. And this is something that Tom Brady always talked about. Once they find who the weakness is on that defense, they're going to go after it. And that was one of the reasons why they're going away from Kyle Pitts as well. If you're going to take Kyle Pitts away, fine. And I know I've been one of the ones saying that they need to feature Kyle Pitts and get him involved. But another problem is exactly what Mike was just saying. We got 3 super duper stars on this team. Bijan Robinson's a star. Drake London's a star. Kyle Pitts is a star. You can't feature all 3 in one game. You can't. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick and choose based on the matchups who's going to be that star in that game or who's going to be the focal point. And in this game, to be honest, it was Drake and Mooney and Tyler Algier. And I want to kind of go back a little bit to the last question that K Styles asked OG when he said, what play in the game did you feel like changed the game or the momentum shifted? It was that dump off pass to Tyler Algier when it was third down. He caught the ball like 8 yards short of the sticks, and then he ran through about 5 or 6 Saints because they were scared to tackle him, and he picked up the first down. To me, that was the play that changed the whole game. Because once they put him in the game, he caught that short pass, and they refused to tackle him or he refused to go down. To me, that's when I started seeing the momentum shift, and we started playing bully ball like they were doing with Taysom Hill. We said, y'all gonna punch us in the mouth? But we finna get ready to punch back, and we're gonna see if y'all can stop our juggernaut. As Mike like to call him, the juggernaut with that big head. We seen in this game, nobody wanted to get in front of that freight train. He literally hurt one of their cornerbacks for trying to tackle him. He literally put his head down and ran through his shoulder and took one of their corners, they nickel corner, off the field. So in this game, to me, that was the play where I said, okay, I feel the momentum shifting because that physicality, Tyler Algier brings a different physicality to the game. And I'll leave it at that.
I thought it
So
was the opposite. I actually thought the momentum was killed when Kirk Cousins started checking the ball. He started attacking the middle of the field. That's why I thought the momentum started shifting because they were going for the big play, and he threw Ray McLeod ended up falling, and then Kirk made that. He made that veteran decision to all right, stop going for the big plays and we're gonna slowly, methodically start it. And he started attacking the middle of the field. So that's why I thought the change in the defense, the change of the game started going because Kurt was carving them up after a while. I think that's one of the reasons why they end up going for it too, because they look Kurt, he was in a rhythm, and I started seeing him, going through his progression, checking the ball down like he did. So I thought that was the moment where you say, all right, that's the key moment of the game where it really changed. But that veteran decision to say, all right, let me check this ball down to because I got a star, I got a potential star and Tyler Algier who can make plays himself. Like that right there, those are the things the Tom Brady's, the Matt Ryan's, the Kirk Cousins, they understand that they don't have to do too much as a quarterback. Just check the ball down to your star players and say, all right, go make a play. And I think Kirk did that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I said it before. If you look at those other games with Kyle Pitts, what did I say? What did I say about Philly, and what did I say about the game we just played earlier? When Kyle Pitts gets that big play, the defensive coordinator switches the whole game up. So what do? They use Kyle Pitts as a decoy to open up for Ray McLeod, Mooney, and all of them. And especially the game did change with Tyler Algier. Because like you said, they did not want to touch him. Did y'all look after he made that last play? They showed Cam Jordan's face. Cam Jordan was like, nah, I don't want no parts of that. They
But
did
he
not
always
want
had them games against him. I look, he just built for this game. I already kind of knew that Tyler Algier was going to be the game. Like he was going to be a player because he just anytime we play the Saints, man, Tyler Algier just like he's that guy. He's that guy against the Saints. Because like I
but
said, the Saints they want to play. They want you to be, you know, uh finesse with them.
yeah. But that's the same thing. Remember back before we got Tyler, remember that was Cordero Patterson. He was running through them like that. And when you saw it, when we started using him and he got in his rhythm, they didn't want that. They didn't want nothing of it. But if you
Hmm.
guys thinking that Kyle Pitts, needs to get the ball more, Kyle Pitts is doing what he's supposed to do. He's opening it up for the other players. I'm telling you, every time Kyle Pitts gets a big play, the defensive coordinator switches the game up.
What I got a question. What do y'all think? Like my thing is, everybody keeps saying get on the ball, get on the ball. Like y'all, like a lot of those plays, even to um Drake London, was due to the fact that Kyle Pitts and they had him lined up in the slot. I think Jew was the one that said something about him being in the slot more. If I'm not mistaken, Jew.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was Drew.
Yeah, I was talking about moving them around, but I think another thing that we're not paying attention to, with Drake London, he's a better route runner than Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is not a good
Right.
route runner. Let's just be
Right.
honest. He's not a good route runner. He's starting to develop a little bit more, but he hasn't been playing wide receiver his whole life. He's been a tight end his whole life, even at Florida, and he uses his athleticism to his advantage. So I really feel like that's the issue as well. Is if you look at Drake London, anytime you line him up anywhere, he knows how to run routes. He knows how to set up routes. I'm gonna do this early in the game, and then I'm gonna switch and do this. Kyle Pitts is just an athlete, and I really feel like that's the difference between the two. The reason we're not seeing Kyle Pitts get the ball as much as a Drake London is he's not fully polished. He's still a little bit raw, and he's still young. He's 23 years old, so he has time to develop. But like I said, after I seen us almost throw that pick, I would have went away from him too. If y'all gonna put y'all best corner, Lattimore, up against my tight end, well, guess what? Drake finna go off, which he did. Mooney finna go off, which he did. Pretty much all them other guys, they gonna kill your guys because you can't double team because they really were bracketing Kyle Pitts. So once they seen that, they're like, Mercy, I'm gonna take what you're giving me. If you're gonna give me the nickel and dime, what did Tom Brady do to us in the Super Bowl? Y'all gonna
Nickel
leave
and
James
dime
White
us
up
is
in the flat? I'm gonna throw it to James White all game in the flat. If that's what y'all gonna give me, 5 yards here, 8 yards there, see if he can make a man miss. You got to take what the defense is giving you. And that's another thing that in the game, Vilma said about the quarterback of the Saints, Derek Carr. He said the biggest problem with Derek Carr last year, he was forcing it. He said this year he's been a lot better about if it ain't there, I'm going to throw it out of bounds. If they bring pressure, I'm just going to take the check down. I'm not going to force the ball down the field. Because if you be honest, this game we played the 2 safeties deep. We played that shell to prevent Shaheed from getting behind him in the big play. And what did I tell you guys on the heavy hitters? You ain't gonna see that deep bomb that he been getting all year. What happened? You see no
They took it
50,
away.
60 yards. We didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I told you
Right.
guys, Olave didn't get his catches. What happened? Olave got his catches, but there was a lot of outbreaking routes. It was underneath stuff. So basically, we kept the roof on the house. You're not gonna get the big play. And Vilma kept saying it over and over again. Raheem Morris is not gonna let he get that one. It's like LeBron James. I'm not gonna let LeBron dunk. The same thing when Jordan used to play. Jordan go to the free throw line because he ain't gonna come flying through with his tongue out on us. He come in here, we gonna knock him out because they know that gets the crowd into the game. The same thing for them Saints fans that was in our stadium. You don't want to allow that big play. And that's what Mike is talking about with the Kyle Pitts, the Bijan Robinson. They know what gets the fans going. When Bijan make a big run or a big play, the crowd get hyped. When Kyle Pitts makes a big play down the field, that gets everybody flowing. So their whole game plan was, we ain't gonna let Bijan get off. We ain't gonna let Kyle Pitts get off. Somebody else gonna have to beat us. Just like our game plan was, we ain't gonna let Alvin Kamara get off. So guess what happened? Taysom Hill was getting off because we were so focused on shutting down AK. When they brought Taysom Hill on the field at the same time, you can't focus on 2. You got to pick and choose who you gonna stop. Somebody gonna eat. And we chose, well, we're gonna let Taysom eat because we're trying to lock down Alvin. We ain't gonna let him get off. And that's what happened in this game. So, like I said, it's a win. At the end of the day, I'll take any win any way I can get it. It may have took the longest field goal in Koo's career, but look, we were talking about Koo in preseason missing field goals, and the man is automatic. Today, he made all his field goals. So at the end of the day, it was all 3 phases. We talked about it. At the end of the game, D. Alford came up with a huge play where they could have scored on that 4th down.
Sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jimmy Lake, he even showed me something. One thing I like about this coaching staff, they don't make the same mistakes. Remember last week when we said, why didn't you blitz? On 4th down, we bomb blitz. That was a 0 blitz.
We bombed their ass.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
They sent the house. And that was Russian roulette because it's like they got one of their best one of their better wide receivers in Shaheed, a speedster, one-on-one with D. Alford. They let him play one-on-one. As they say, we got Mamba periods during practice. Well, that was a Mamba period. One-on-one. It's mano-y-mano. We gonna blitz everybody. You're gonna have to hold up, bro. And literally, Shaheed almost made a great catch, but what happened? D. Alford came to play. He knocked the ball out. That's what you gotta do. Everybody made plays when they needed to make the play. That's what you got. We got complimentary football.
Let me keep saying this. Again, there are things about Tyler Algier he cannot do, y'all. Okay. He's a terrific running back. But that's what OG was talking about in certain instances where he showed you that he's not ready to be that full-time back yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you give him the ball 10, 15 times, maybe 10 times a game when it's ready. And I think everybody, when we see a running back get off, we want to keep feeding them. But sometimes it has to be in the confines, and this is where Jude was talking about. The coaching staff is starting to show him something because we're not making the same mistakes over there. When he got hot, guess what Zach Robinson did, Jude?
He left Tyler
Hold on,
Huntley in there.
Can I say it? Can I
Go,
say it?
go,
I ain't
go,
said it in a
go ahead.
long time.
Whoever,
Go
whatever.
ahead.
Hold on.
You ready?
Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Hi ho the Dario. Run the damn
But
ball.
we truly appreciate you, and I think that's the thing. We got to understand that to go back to what Jude was saying, we have a lot of playmakers. You have to pick and choose who's going to make that play at that game, at this particular game. So I, I like I said, I would love to see everybody eat, but when you only got 10 hamburgers, you got 12 people. Somebody getting half of a pizza or something, or somebody ain't getting fed.
Well, see, actually, Mike, you're correct in that everybody is playing. Everybody's not getting the ball, but the thing is, the ones that are helping out so that a few of them can get the ball. That's the problem. We want to look at the guys that's catching the ball, making the big plays, but you got to think about it. Who's supporting them? Somebody got to block so that you have a lane to run. Somebody got to be a decoy so that you can catch it across the middle or down the sideline.
This right here, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you need an Algier in certain games. So it's not the fact, like I said, it's not the fact that oh this guy should be starting and this guy shouldn't be. It don't matter. It don't matter who's starting. Just because you start the game, that don't mean you're gonna finish the game. Like when
Can
they
I
saw
say?
Tyler Algier in there, look, he put a head in their chest and they didn't want no more. So that's why you got to keep going back to.
Can I say this right quick, if you don't
Go
mind?
ahead, go ahead. That right there, I like that.
As a Falcon fan, excuse my language. When I say I don't give a fuck who the hell goes off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, this was the major issue we talked about before the season started. Once one guy starts going off, folks are going to complain about why the other guys ain't going off.
Yeah.
Bruh, at the end of the day, everybody is a situational player.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean that they don't contribute to nothing. It just means that certain situations, certain times of the game, that guy may be what's best for that point. Bijan Robinson was hampering with an injury. What happened? That second half. What
Mm-hmm.
do we say on the halftime show, Juan? Do not be surprised we start seeing a lot more Tyler Algier in this second half.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's that. That's that.
Right.
Like you said, that's that bully ball that Jew was talking about.
See,
You had to set the tone.
See, and Kay, what you were saying too, like we said, they wanted to, if you looked at it, they were trying to get Kirk in rhythm. Kirk would once, and Mike said it, once Kirk kind of got comfortable and got in rhythm, oh, it was a wrap. It was a
Mm-hmm.
wrap. Because remember, early in the game, Kirk, it's almost like I got to get warmed up and okay, let me see what they're gonna bring. But as you saw, Kirk start going down the field. The play action pass was a lot better. The running game was easier. You guys got to understand. Number one, they're trying to make sure that Newsel and everybody was going to hold up. How many times Kirk had time in the pocket? Now, Drew, correct me if I'm wrong. How many times did we see Kirk in that pocket? He had enough time to go through all his progressions and then some.
Mm-hmm. Newsel did a great job.
You see what I'm saying?
Him and Storm
Go
Norton
ahead.
did they thing, but that's why I
Mm-hmm.
always talk about Dwayne Lefford. Lefford is a
Mm,
great offensive coach and when offensive line coach. We seen it today. Those guys, you barely could tell that our right tackle was missing.
Yeah.
Norton stepped up. Storm Norton he looked good to get today, and News will look good today. So that just goes to show, as I talked about the coaching. When I talk
Mm.
about developing your talent, these guys have been on the Falcons team. News has been here. You know, the guys that we have, Storm Norton was here last year. So these guys are, and they played last year some when we had injuries, when guys went down. So this
Yep.
is why I always talk about depth. You need depth, and you need guys to step up. Again, what I was just stating early in the game, when I was watching the game, I was looking like when they were running and gashing us in the run game, I was looking right over there like I might need to see Rook next week. I might need to see Brandon Dorless. I'm just being honest. Like if we, and I talked about this last week, if you're not going to step up, somebody will. So you got to make those guys compete. But as the game wore on, you seen we wore them down. But like I said, the physicality is Tyler Algier and that physicality. I really feel like we started to wear those guys down. And then you guys know I talked about my X factor. Judon didn't get a sack, but guess what? He tipped that
Yeah.
football, which will allow
Yeah.
who Troy Anderson
He
to get the
did.
pick six.
They
So
were.
guys made plays. How many times we seen the ball get batted up? Nobody catches it. That was one
Mm-hmm.
of
Oh,
the plays.
Yep.
right.
When I say one of the
Yep.
plays in the game that changed the game, us picking up, the guy Shaheed dropping the punt, us recovering it in the end zone. That's guys doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Guys
Right.
stepping up when the play is there to be made, making the play. That ball could have easily rolled into the back of the end zone. Those guys sprint
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
there and make the play, score a touchdown. So that was the difference in the game. Was all three phases did their job. That was the difference.
Hmm. Right. Right. And
So
you,
for those in the back, all three phases matter.
Team football. There was a team win. This is exactly what we're talking about.
right.
It's like the
Right.
offense picked up for the defense because we still can't get the ball. We can't get off the dang on field on third down. It's a continuing problem. But like I said, if you just keep right now, I think the thing is we got to get another guy uh in the interior because I don't like what I'm seeing from Taquan Graham. I just don't. I know he'll have flash of a play, but he's getting pushed around in my opinion. And maybe that's Doris or Rook. One of those guys got to step on, but I don't like what I'm seeing from him. I just don't. Um, and Anyamata, they just not letting Grady. They doubling Grady every chance they get. Like he's so worn out at the end of the game because they doubling him, and he's coming back from surgery, so it's gonna take him time to kind of get back in football shape. So it's like I don't like that. So maybe Jude, that like I said, maybe that's an aspect of the game that we gotta see more is somebody besides Grady Jarrett because that some I like what I'm seeing from Eddie Goldman. He's still in that rotation and he's kind of finding his but Judon, man, he's eating because of Grady and those guys. I don't think people realize he's really eating because of those guys.
They- They're expecting. See, I've been watching the last couple games, and I've been harping on it. They have been holding when Judon is in his bag, they hold him. Grady's in his bag, they hold him. Yeah, the thing is, and we gotta understand this. They like to take the physicality away from the Falcons, and they are expecting certain players every game. They're expecting Judon every game. They're expecting Grady Jarrett every game. Now
Right.
now I'm gonna tell you who else they got on they radar. They got Troy Anderson. They're gonna be expecting him. They're trying to expect who is on the defense that we have to target and try to stop by any means necessary. If we got to hold them and get a penalty, if we got to chip them, whatever we got to do. Because in the game tonight, in the game today, Judon would have had at least 2 or 3 sacks. If you looked at how he was rushing, he'd have had 2 or 3 sacks. But they're expecting him.
And let me also give a definite shout out because I know we probably got about a couple more minutes here. I definitely want to shout out Mike Hughes. Yeah, the very same corner that everybody thought that should have been cut. He's been one of the best defensive players on this defense this first 4 games. Um, like you said, man, And I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I think that hit on Alvin Kamara definitely changed Kamara's mindset on him trying to run on his running style. He threw that little shoulder on him.
You try to take the
Um,
ribs out.
yeah, yeah. That was one of those. I'm gonna take Tia Cooper ass from you type of hits right there.
Now that was one of those
But
ones. I'm finna let the quarterback on the sideline because he set me up to do a hospital ball. That's what that was.
Right, right, right,
Everybody take it in
right,
now.
Not a
Juice.
hospital ball.
it wasn't even. Yeah, the thing about it wasn't even necessarily a hospital ball. He broke on that thing as soon as he saw it develop. But but yeah, and also definitely shout out once again. I know we ain't saying too much, but Young Way Cool, he had the longest field goal in Mercedes-Benz Stadium history and the longest of his career.
Hmm.
And he creamed that mug, boy.
But that boy had everybody acting like Fleece Johnson and shit.
Oh no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful.
Oh man.
And he said, I like you, and I want you. So do I
Uh,
need to kick this the easy way or the hard way? The
now,
choice is yours.
what I will say is this: this game, the way we played it, might not have been to our liking, but it put the NFC South on notice. Why? Because remember, until us, and I kept telling people this, until they play us, oh man, the Saints putting up 40 on this team. I said, yeah, they ain't played a team that really got their grit, that got their defense. As much messing up as we did, or lack of play, what was the score? The score was close. That's letting you know right then and there, if the Falcons get it together the way we know they can, we holding teams under what, 25 points?
Hmm.
You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And now we got to play Tampa Bay. Every team that has played us hasn't been able to get beyond 25 points. So if you technically think about it, that's a benchmark. We just got to tighten up in some areas. We tighten up in some areas, we can run away with this division. But like you said, we are going to have to make sure that the trenches, we got to win in the trenches. We can't run away with the South if we don't win in them trenches.
exactly. But we gonna go ahead. I'm about to say, I know the AFN family about to have a post game show after this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and get y'all prepped up for that. Let the fellas go ahead and get their last taste before we get up on out of here. So, Jew, let you kick us off with your final thought.
Yeah, final thought is, man, like I said, we'll take any win any way we can get it. So at the end of the day, we 2-2. The first quarter of the season, probably the toughest quarter of the season. So I mean, at this point, you 500. You right there, 1-0 in the division. You know, a
Yep.
game up on the Saints. So at the end of the day, it's no complaints. Like I said, every day you want to get 1% better. And one thing that I'm seeing with
Mm,
this team is the coaches are making the proper adjustments, which I like to see. You see D Alford with the cat blitz off the edge. How many
Woo,
times have
boy.
I been?
A
It's
sack.
blitz.
mm,
Yeah, you said that, dude. You
Perfect
called it.
play
mm,
Yep.
call.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
perfect play
called it.
call. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We seeing the adjustment. So as long as I'm not seeing us do the same thing over and over again, what we said with previous Falcon coaches, we seeing the same thing every single game, every single week.
Hmm.
They're making the small, intricate details and making the right calls and the right plays. Guys are getting
Hmm.
better. Troy Anderson's coming on. You know, guys are improving. That's all I want to see. Continue to get better and better and better as the weeks progress. You don't want to be playing your best football right now. You want to be playing your best football heading into the playoffs. You want to catch
Hmm.
fire deep. So as long as you right in the, like I said, we've been in every single game, one possession games. That means that we just got to make plays when they present themselves. Once we start getting rolling, these games are not going to be coming down to just, you know, these last couple minutes of the game. Once we get rolling and everybody's hitting on all cylinders. So, like I said, I'm seeing this team progress. We haven't taken a step back. We're taking a step forward. The only complaint that I had, and I mentioned it earlier, clean up the penalties, the mental mistakes, those type of things, because that really doesn't have anything to do with football. When you're doing false starts and things of that nature, 5-yard penalties here and there, those are the things, the mental mistakes that we can avoid, and that keeps you ahead of the chains. Because a lot of the times in this game, like I said, we put ourselves behind the 8 ball because of bad mistakes. Make a big play, 10-yard penalty, bring it back, things of that, and they take a touchdown off the board, which I thought was ticky-tack. But at the end of the day, let's not give these refs a reason. As we talked about, we know that we play against the refs and the other team majority of the times. So because that, we got to toe the line, but not step over the line. So at the end of the day, 2-2, no complaints. We got a short week. Tampa Bay coming in. Let's protect home field again. Let's go 2-0 in the division.
All right, and we got let me see. We got Green Ave with the $5 said final thoughts. He said Kyle Pitts thumbs down. Um we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna have that continued conversation throughout the week. But my final take on this game is I'm gonna call, like I said, Young Wei Koo's new nickname is gonna be Nematode. I'm gonna call him the Nematode now.
Hey,
But
Sean, you can't be using terms that people don't know what the hell you talking about, okay?
If y'all watch Doug Funny, y'all know what cut K Styles talking about.
you get cause every time Koo kicks the ball, you gotta make the Nematode mating call.
Oh my God.
Coo coo coo. Coo coo coo.
Now they know what you're talking about. Now they know. Oh boy.
But final thought is, man, like you said, this was a must-win game. It didn't go especially how everybody thought it would have went. Um, like you said, this is the fourth week in a row that you come down to a close game. But hey, early in the week, this is the worst part of the schedule, and you have to ink out as many victories as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, not only did we get a dub in the conference, but we got a dub in the division,
Yes.
The
which is
biggest
a
one right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right. Especially going into a short week where we got to play Tampa on Thursday.
Yeah.
You want you want that mental mindset to come into this week, knowing that you beat a rival, you beat your nemesis type of rival,
Mm-hmm.
and it could only get better from here. Um, hopefully everybody get a chance to rest up. We can see some more of these guys. I know Troy Anderson kind of went out a little bit. Um, AJ went out, but he did come back. Bijan, we want everybody as closest to healthy as we can get for Thursday. But
Yes.
I'm like this: rather we win by 1 point, rather we win by 10 points. We the nation of domination over here by any means necessary.
Mm.
Yep.
So I'm good, man. What you got, Juan?
Hey, we said it and we're gonna keep saying it. It's a process. These guys have only been together totally about 9 months collectively. It's a process. And like you said, the coaching staff, we're getting better. We're making adjustments. One game at a time, by any means necessary.
All right. All right, Mike. Go take us out, man. What's your final thought?
Process. Like I said, we'll end up getting into the Kyle Pitts. Kind of already got into it, but I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna reiterate. He's a tight end, people. He's not Julio Jones. If you're expecting him to be Julio Jones or Calvin Johnson, you're sadly mistaken. All right. So I just gotta say that. He was a very valuable, extremely valuable asset to this offense. And when you got guys like Bijan, Drake, London, Mooney, Tyler Algier. Like I don't think we realize how loaded we are. So somebody's not going like you can't have. It's just like that Oklahoma City team, man. You know you had Westbrook, you had KD, you had Mr.
James
Shooter,
Harden. James Harden.
James
Sir.
Harden. Like you had a
Sir.
bunch of guys that dang near Hall of Fame where they're on one team. So like at the end of the day, man, we got to realize that's a lot of offensive power on this roster, man, and somebody not gonna be able to get shots, and that's why they end up trading James Harden. You know, because everybody's not gonna be able to get the ball.
That is true. Well, we're gonna go ahead and give y'all evening back. Definitely you got the AFN family probably coming up right afterwards. So hey, like you said, man, Falcons got the dub. We're 2-2. And moral of the story is fuck them Saints. All right, now till next time, people.
Woo, boy.
So,
I forgot to say that. Goddamn say. I'm sorry.
Skanks.
so until next time, people. Shout out to Dre. He said the city is lit right now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I know. I know it's lit right now. So until next time, people, man, we ain't here to play.
No.
We here to stay.
Ooh, yeah, nigga.
You ain't gotta go home.
But them Saints got to go home.
Adios, amigos. Get ready for this next game. What's the next game? There we go, dude.
And I will say this at the end of the show: the Falcons got to them yams.
Oh my God! I thought I was done. Jesus Christ! Why you ain't hit that lock in button? You just had to do it then. Google it.
You think I forgot, huh?
Oh my God, y'all! This man will not stop.
No, since they won, I gotta sing the song for the whole week.
Oh my God!
We gotta get to the yams, sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause we got wins to take. We trying to get to the yams.
Yams, baby.
Deuces.
Thank God this show was over. Thank God it's over.
Oh, you thought it was over, huh?
No. I'm sorry. I apologize. No. No, don't do it no more. No, I apologize. No.